Fantastic.
Hello there, Master Hellish here, and welcome to another vlog. And last week I did one directly after Robot Wars, and I talked a little bit about Robot Wars in general, a little bit about what happened in the episode, but more kind of generally and how it inspires me and people and so forth. Today, 1 week later, I've decided to do something a little bit different. Still, I've decided that I'm going to talk about Robot Wars today. You can tell I might like it. However, this video recording, this vlog now, is before the episode has been aired. Okay, so in front of me I've got my computer and I'm looking at the competitors for week 5. So we saw it in the footage, and I spoke about it last time. Apollo and Carbide are back. We've also got, I think it's Cryot. It looks weird. We've got, in this one, Crashers and Smash, which is, we'll come back to that later. It's a cluster bot. Mega Mouse, Mrs. Nightshade, Rusty, and Trolley Rage. Okay, so those are the ones that are going to be competing in tonight's show. And for me, everybody's talking about Carbide and Apollo. There's a lot of that happening out there. I'm having a look on Twitter and a few things like that. Now, you don't want to discount the other competitors. Okay, there's a lot of kind of grudge between Apollo and Carbide because they're kind of like with the winners and the runners up from last time. So we know they're good, but both have been upgraded. Now, if one has been majorly upgraded and the other one hadn't, then maybe that might tip the edge. However, they've both been upgraded. Which one do I think would win? Well, for my money, between the two of them, it's still on Apollo. And the reason for that is that Carbide's rotating blade takes time to spin up. It's big. It is pretty huge. And it's heavy. Big and huge heavy rotating blades do large amounts of damage. And that's what Carbide was brilliant at doing. But Apollo is so fast and really well controlled. Well, it was last time. It was well driven, well controlled, it was so fast, it can get in there and start hitting Carbide before it gets a chance to spin up properly. If it can do that, and they're not scared to fly in, these lads. They come across a bit cocky, but they're confident, they know what they're doing, and they're just in for the fun with a really good robot. So for my money, it's still on Apollo between them. But let's quickly talk about the others. So if you want to look at the competitors before the event takes place, you can go to the robotwars.tv website. You can click on competitors and then on this season, and you can see all the different ones. So Cryot is a crusher. Now in my book, a crusher needs to be fast, it needs to be maneuverable, it needs to be strong. Theirs looks like it could be very vulnerable to both being flipped, and it doesn't look like it'll run well upside down, if at all. And I don't know, crushing these days doesn't do as well. If you're going to crush, you have to pierce and crush, much like Razor did. You have to have a point where the pressure is all concentrated, and then you can like pierce in and then kind of grab hold that way. Just crushing by grabbing, not really going to do much, on my opinion. For me, they might do well. Thank you. They might do well, but they're not going to win with that robot, in my opinion. Then we have the only cluster bot of the episode. It's Crackers. Crackers? There's a funny accent on that. But yeah, Crackers and Smash. I can't work out what the Smash robot's meant to do. I don't know. There's some movement on the top, but there's one with a rotating drum. Rotating drums we know can do quite well. However, they've split their weight limit between two robots here. If one breaks, you've got to kill the other one, according to Robot Wars rules, from what I know. It used to be that once one part of a cluster bot was out, it was all out. But now, I think you have to kill all the bits of the robot to count it as being completely out. You can still win. You can still win on a judge's decision by only killing one bit. But they've split their weight between two robots. And does that mean you're going to have two robots that are going to be very easily pushed around, very easily flipped, and very easily kind of, if it comes against Carbide, you're not going to have a lot of armour on there because of the weight limit, or you're going to be relatively light, so you're going to rip through or fling and bash quite easily. I think those two are going to be very susceptible. They might do quite well because there's just a lot of what's going on, but to begin with, no, I'm not buying it. I think it's a nice idea. It looks like they've been quite well done, but I don't think the tactic will work overall. Mega Mouse is, it says flipper/lifter. For me, a lifter is just something that is like a flipper but really, really slow. And in Robot Wars, slow's not good. One of the things that Razor had against him was the speed at which it took for that beak to come down. That and the fact these days it would get ripped apart by the wheels against a spinner. But yeah, Mega Mouse with exposed tyres at the back, what is presumably a slow lifter, and foam ears. I do like the way that they've designed it. It is fun, it's interesting. I like to see that sort of thing in Robot Wars. Will it win? Don't think so. And then Mrs. Nightshade. This robot looks weird, and I think I saw a clip of it on the end of the last one. It kind of opens up and flips in all different directions. Its main weapon, though, is a spike, and it looks like it's got a massive ground clearance. I'm talking probably 2 centimetres, an inch-ish, and with the spikes being a main weapon, I don't see it, and it looks like the spikes are all the way around. So does it spike in different directions? It looks like it's a multi-directional bot. It looks well made, it looks fun, it looks interesting. Will it win? Don't think so. And then the last two, there aren't any photos of on the website. So we've got Rusty, which is a flipper, and Trolley Rage, which is an axe-wielding robot. Rusty, and I can't really talk about them. They're going to be a bit of a wild card for me. For me, my money is still on Apollo. Carbide is going to do really well, in my opinion, and as long as it doesn't have any major technical issues, I can't see anything here which I would consider a threat to Carbide apart from Apollo. This is going to be flipping brilliant, and I mean it, flipping. So there's my money is still on Apollo. It has been all the way through this review /thought/vlog thing, but there are some really interesting robots, and I expect to see lots of weird and wonderful things happening in this episode. Looking forward to it. Hope you are too. Any thoughts, ideas and questions, as always, put them down in the comments, and I will see you soon. Remember, a vlog afterwards as well. I don't know when I'll be able to get it out, but it should be quite soon. For now, goodbye.